It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. On this, the 19th day of July, we're having some technical difficulties. I was just talking to my guest for this morning, and I went to put him back to the green room to do the intro for the show, and he's gone. I don't think I cut him off. And then I started spinning the wheels thingy, so yeah, there he's coming back, so he's going to be here. All right, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Anyway, all right, today is Travel and Cruise Industry News on the 19th day of July. The main story this morning, of course, has to deal with the CDC. Everybody now has heard about it. Today is National Daiquiri Day. And, you know, folks, if you're in the mood to go out and get a daiquiri, I probably will do that myself. I might mix one here, as a matter of fact. All I need is a can of lime juice and frozen lime juice or frozen lemonade, a little rum, blender. Voila, daiquiris. All right, cruise ship sailing today from North American ports. Not many. New York, Manhattan, you got the Oceania, Insignia, West Palm Beach, Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. San Francisco, the Ruby Princess. Seattle, the Carnival Splendor. Anchorage, Radiance of the Sea and Majestic Princess land packages. Fairbanks, the same thing, Radiance of the Sea and Majestic Princess land packages. And along with the Norwegian Bliss, Norwegian Encore, and Grand Princess land packages, all coming from Fairbanks. All right, today's headlines: CDC ends COVID program for cruise ships. Another outbreak in Australia. The Crystal Endeavour has a new home. Former Cunard Princess is scrapped. Storms crushed the airline schedules again yesterday, and a whole lot more live here at 11 this morning. If you are new to this channel, welcome aboard. If you're listening to the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And first off, right away this morning, we have breaking news coming to us from the Carnival legend and our reporter on the site, Jason Garland from Pittsburgh. Jason, tell me it isn't true that the Pizza Pirate is now closed at night.
You know what? I was trying to buy some pizza last night. I couldn't find any. So I go and come back. And it says, go up there at 11 o'clock at night. I'm always asleep at 11. Where is the pizza at? Seriously.
Wow.
Right?
That's crushing. Just crushing.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you can always order to deliver for $5 if you want.
Yeah. All right, here you got some announcements going on in the background. We seem to always have announcements going on when we're doing live streams. All right.
Well, I'm on the Serenity deck, which is really nice, by the way.
Yeah.
On the ship, get here early, very early.
Yeah. All right, you've been on all classes of Carnival ships. Do you feel any difference, or do you notice any difference between the Spirit class and the Vista class?
Honestly, like everyone likes the Spirit class ships. I don't like them. I like the Triumph class ships that everyone calls it a good cruise, and I think that kind of like made it go downhill from there.
Yeah.
The Con class ships and all that, like I just think they're better. I mean, like you have deck 2 and deck 9, and that's all you have. In between that, you got to go through the smoking scene to get through anything, like you said, right?
Yep. And that the last time I was on Sunrise, that bothered me a bunch.
I know. Yeah. And I like thought about that. I'm like, he's right. Like I didn't think about it until I had to go through there, and it's like, I didn't want to smell that cigarette. You know?
Yeah. That's the only thing that I don't like about that SASS ship.
Yeah.
All right, now you've done something that I've never done. I've not been able to sail from Baltimore, even though that's one of my favorite cities in the world.
Yeah, I feel like you would like it. I think you could drive there really quickly and just jump right on.
Yeah.
You know, but you like the Lady G. I mean, Lady G was coming out here, right?
Yeah.
So,
You've embarkation went smooth.
yeah, we were on in less than 25 minutes.
Nice.
Yep, that's pretty. I mean, we drove here. Our time was 12:30. We got here at 12, and we're on the ship at 12:30 immediately. It was great.
What time did you leave Pittsburgh? You had to make Jennifer get out of bed at the butt crack of dawn.
Yeah, I always make her wake up early. But yeah, we left around like 8 o'clock. I don't know, like 7:30. It was easy. Like it was Sunday. The good thing is you don't have much traffic, so you can just like it's easy to get here and back. I mean, I think a lot of people from Pittsburgh could benefit from this sport.
Yeah.
And it's a great ship. I like the Legend a lot.
Yeah. All right. I had one little hiccup on your. Actually, I guess it was the day before, and that's with Bermuda / Carnival changing the protocols for the recovery certificate. Obviously, that didn't affect you guys. Have you heard any grumblings about people that changed policies on them at the last minute?
I would say for the most part, not really. This ship's pretty full. I haven't had time to go down and ask the capacity of the ship at this point, but I saw a few people that were like, "Oh, we have to go get a COVID test," like while we're online, and I was just like, "That's a little weird." But for the most part, everyone here, like, there's people wearing masks, like inside, like for the most part, everyone's like really good in obeying rules, like making sure we have a good vacation.
Yeah. Do you have any excursions planned for Bermuda?
Yeah, let me get my script out here. Hold on. So we're going to ferry to St. George's.
Nice.
We're going to walk around in the unfinished. Sorry, I'm just joking. And then we're going to go to Catherine's Beach in Florence St. Catherine, sorry. And then we're going to ferry back, and then the next day we're probably just going to go to the beach.
Okay. Well, St. George's is a really unique town from what I've been able to tell. That's one of the things I would like to do when I go to Bermuda.
So when are you going to Bermuda?
Well, I'm looking at September possibly. I haven't booked it yet because I'm hoping to catch a bargain, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's tough for sellers like you. I really respect the fact that you have to pay double.
Yeah,
That sucks.
All right. Well, listen, Jason, I got to get on with the show. Thank you for a few minutes and covering us, and we'll talk soon. And hopefully, it's not going to screw you up too badly that you can't go to Pizza Pirate 24 hours a day.
Oh well, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Thanks, Jason. We'll talk to you soon. That, of course, is our buddy Jason Garland on the Carnival Legend. Great job. All right, I'll be back with today's stories after a word from one of our network sponsors. And of course, today's top story has to deal with the CDC, the news that broke yesterday. I'm sure by now everybody has heard of this, is familiar with it. I mean, every content creator I know of had a piece up about it last night. except me. I did not. I was not feeling really good yesterday evening, and I just didn't want to go mess with it. The CDC ends the COVID program for cruise ship, and a really surprise announcement yesterday. They stated that effective immediately, the COVID-19 program for cruise ships that has provided guidelines for pre-cruise and onboard health and safety protocols, as well as the color classification system for cruise ships, has ended. The voluntary program for all cruise ships operating in U.S. waters was first implemented in February after the expiration of the more restrictive conditional sail order. Just 6 months later, the CDC has ended the program with a statement on its website, which reads, as of July 18th, CDC's COVID-19 program for cruise ships is no longer in effect, and this page will no longer be updated. New guidance for cruise ships to mitigate and manage COVID-19 transmission will be available in coming days. As recently as yesterday, the day the order was dropped, every single one of the 95 vessels being tracked by the CDC was classified as orange, indicating cases on board, and that the CDC was beginning or continuing an investigation into the ship's mitigating measures. The suspension of this program does not mean the CDC will no longer offer guidance to cruise ship or advice to travelers. Instead, cruise lines and ships will be able to develop their own protocols, taking into account guidance from the CDC, but they are not required to follow regimented. As of this morning, I know of no changes by any cruise line to pre-cruise testing, vaccination requirements, masking, or any other protocols. It's unreasonable to expect that the cruise lines will immediately drop any and all COVID-19 measures, as the goal behind the protocols has always been to keep guests, crew members, and the port community safe. After the CDC announced yesterday that the COVID program for cruise ships would end immediately, Cruise Line International Association, CLIA, which represents most of the cruise line, reacted to the good news. The ending of the CDC program and oversight is an important step forward for cruises departing from the U.S. This now means the agency's sometimes overreaching grip on the cruise industry has come to an end, and cruise lines can move ahead safely with their own requirements, tailored for each cruise line's individual needs and in cooperation with the destinations each line visits. All important changes and protocols will be covered by Chillie's cruises once they're announced and verified. So, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more to come on this story before it goes away. But we'll just have to wait and see what changes are being made and when they're being made. And again, my biggest surprise on what they did yesterday was the fact that there were no cruise ships of the 95 being charted that were clear. It seems kind of interesting, the timing of this, to me. All right, Australia's got another little outbreak. You know, there are not that many ships sailing down there, but the Sun-class Pacific Explorer of P&O Cruises is the second ship sailing in Australia to be flagged as having significant outbreak of COVID on board, following the recently reported cases aboard Princess Cruises Coral Princess. Ship has recorded as many as 100 cases on board. Mitigation and quarantine measures are proceeding as planned for this type of eventuality. According to the International Business Times, the 100 cases have been recorded aboard Pacific Explorer, with guests on board notified of the outbreak on Friday. As passenger isolations began, guests who tested positive for the illness were moved to the quarantine cabins and asked to isolate within their assigned staterooms which were then clearly marked to facilitate elevated health protocols. Approximately 2,800 passengers were on the ship when the cases were first noted, as well as 900 crew members. At the time, Pacific Explorer was sailing a 9-night barrier reef discovery itinerary round trip from Sydney. Passengers on board were urged to continue following health and safety protocols, including frequent hand washing and sanitizer use, mask wearing at all indoor venues, and limiting occupancy on elevators. We now know the outcome of Crystal Endeavour. Silversea, it has been announced, has bought Crystal Endeavour. Robert Martinoli has a brand new luxury expedition ship for Silversea as Royal Caribbean Group's ultra luxury brand has acquired the former Crystal Endeavour. Silversea will take delivery of the ship within the next week or so, with operations set to start in November in Antarctica, where the ship will take the place of Silver Explorer, which will be redeployed. The ship will be renamed Silver Endeavour. Sales price was a cool $275 million. Silver Endeavour offers guests the highest space per guest and crew to guest ratio in the expedition market. The vessel is equipped with state-of-the-art amenities, including submarines and a fleet of Zodiacs and kayaks for exploring the polar regions up close and personal. The other two Crystal ships involved in the ridiculous bankruptcy of Genting Hong Kong were purchased by Abercrombie and Fitch. Royal Caribbean Group will honor deposits of Crystal Endeavour guests that did not get to sail on the ship following the collapse of Crystal Cruises. Hats off to Crystal Endeavour Crystal Endeavour and the new owners for doing that. Cunard and MSC ship, the former Cunard Princess, has arrived at the shipwrecking yard in Aliaga, Turkey. Over the coming months, the iconic cruise ship will be broken up as scrap metal and sold. Cunard Princess operated Caribbean cruises for the UK-based cruise line for nearly 20 years. As part of a pair of ships, the other being Cunard Countess, the vessel represented a new era of cruising, one that would usher in the modern era. Almost 20 years of sailing cruises for Cunard. Cunard Princess was sold to the predecessor of MSC Cruises, Star Lauro, as Rhapsody. She operated in the Mediterranean and Europe for MSC Cruises until 2009. She was sold to an Israeli cruise operator, Mano Maritime. 2018, she was put up for sale. Spent the last 4 years laid up in Greece until the current owners announced she would be sold for scrap. So rest in peace to another fine ship. After a day of storms yesterday, which followed a quiet couple of weeks for flight cancellations, airports Monday got a stark reminder of the problems a round of summer thunderstorms could do to the flight industry. The storms hit the East Coast Monday, packing a particular punch in the New York area. Cancellations and delays rapidly mounted. By late afternoon, nearly a quarter of the flights had been canceled at LaGuardia, close to 20% of the flights at Newark. These airports, along with others in the South, saw delays quickly pile up by the hundreds. Throughout the summer, we've seen how a round of thunderstorms around one key East Coast hub, especially New York and Florida, can snowball into mass disruptions throughout the airline networks. Some major airlines have reduced flights scheduled in recent weeks as they continue to deal with the impacts of pilot shortage as well, a problem that can exacerbate the logistical challenge of planes being in the wrong cities after weather forces schedule disruptions. That said, given Monday's mass disruptions, if you're flying in the next day or two, it'd be a good idea to check on those flights early and often, monitoring it closely, because chances are you could have some problems. You might as well be ready for it. That's going to wrap up the news for today, folks. Let's jump over and see who's with us in the chat room. Of course, always appreciate Pittsburgh Jason's time this morning for a little chat from on board the Carnival Legend. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Mike's over there in England. Hot Air Tom's with us. Hello, everyone. Jason is going to get run over by NCL Joy. Joy motoring along at 21 knots. Jason's ship is at 12. Wow, that's moving slowly. John Reitmeyer is with us this morning. Hello, Nanook of the North. John, good to see you up. Super hot in Minnesota. I was over 100 at John's yesterday. John has seemingly recovered pretty well from his little extraction surgery earlier in the, well, it was over the weekend. Cindy's with us. Good morning, Cindy. Katie's here. Well, hickory daiquiri dock. Yes, that sounds good, John. Well, I'll say that as I am sipping. I don't know. I'm just, I don't very rarely drink rum. And my sister and brother-in-law have rum here all the time. I might just do that today. That'd be a nice, make a little picture of daiquiris and take them out by the pool this afternoon. Sounds like a plan. Anyone have aspirin? I have a sudden headache. Sorry about that. Jason has an echo? Really? Boy, I couldn't hear it. I didn't hear it on my end. Chillie's Cruises joined Cindy and I on the Sky out of Baltimore, September 2024, going to Quebec. We're doing a back-to-back that ends up in New York. We'll take Amtrak back to Baltimore, then to Richmond. Hey, Jason, looks like you're having a great time. Legends is a great ship, but I still personally like Horizon the best. Carol's with us. Hello, Chillie. It's hot here today, 41 degrees, which is 105. Wow. That's hot for up there, Carol. Of course, it's hot everywhere right now. Goodness. Just see some of the temperatures in Europe and over there on the other side of the pond. Wow. Katie says, I heard it was hot in the UK. Yeah. Jason is incognito with those shades. Jason is cool. That's not incognito. He's just cool. Jason, you should come on the Carnival Paradise 11/5. That's November the 5th. If I kicked everybody off, I apologize. It looks like I got everybody back. And it looks like I'm also talking to. I would never have known I got it on my cruise if Fred hadn't been a little hard on the drag around Rome. Oh, she's talking about COVID. I missed out on that. Jason says, I'll look good. You look good, Jason, says Gretchen. Gretchen says I had to forego the Jason interview. Too much echo. My apologies. I was not aware of that, and I did not hear any echo at all. Huh. Sorry about that. I felt like the audio was going in and out a little bit, but I did not know. I could not detect an echo. Sorry, folks. It's the second one I've added this week on echo. I'm going to have to work on my audio here. I'll have to talk to Nanook of the North John and see if he can figure out what's wrong. Gretchen says, my opinion is that COVID is everywhere, so the CDC is sort of throwing in the towel. I would never have known if I got it on my cruise if Fred hadn't been such a drag around Rome. Now I read that going in, Gretchen. Jason says, I love the Carnival Paradise. I'll see what I can do. That would be cool. If you are new, subscribe. Yes, thank you very much. Do appreciate those subscriptions, and hit the bell notifications so you'll know when I go live or when a new video is up. Gretchen says, ooh, daiquiris. Do a short video. Oh, Hot Air says he's not sure it was an echo. It might have been too much background noise. Jason did ask me about that. He said it's feedback from the computer. Whatever, Hot Air Tom. Okay, so, well, I'm not sure what caused it. I will work on that, folks, because I don't like to have those kind of issues. So, at any rate, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. Got a lot going on up here for Chillie's Cruises. Of course, we're still doing the test on this medication, and I'm looking at a bunch of cruises right now. So, but I think this afternoon might be a daiquiri by the pool kind of day. That certainly sounds like a challenge for me. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. As always, appreciate you being here. Appreciate the thumbs up. And as always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. This is the old fat travel guy. Have a fantastic day. I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.